Welcome back, dear students, and Jai Swaminarayan. In the previous class, we were discuss some question answer of the exercise. So today we will discuss a remaining question answer of the exercise. So dear students, in the previous video, we were discuss exercise question 9, right? So today we start understanding from the exercise question number 10. So now exercise question number 10. How many 176 ohm resistor in parallel are required to carry a 5 ampere on a 220 volt line? सो डियर स्टूडेंट्स, हमें यहाँ क्या फाइंड करना है? 176 ओम के रजिस्टर कितने हम लगाएंगे पैरेलल में कि हमको करंट मिलेगा 5 एम्पियर ऑन अ 220 वोल्ट ऑफ लाइन. So let us assume that there are x number of resistor of a resistance 176 ohm. The equivalent resistance of the resistor connected in a parallel is given by the Ohm's law. So how we calculate the equivalent resistance? According to the Ohm's law, V is equal to I into R. So from that, R is equal to V divided by R. Here the potential applied to the circuit is given to you 220 volt, and the current we require a 5 ampere. So on a line 220 volt, we want a current of a 5 ampere. So how many resistors of a 176 ohm are connected in a parallel? So first we assume that x number of resistors are connected in a parallel. So we first find the equivalent resistance of the circuit. So equivalent resistance we can calculate easily by V by I, where V is the 220 volt and I is the 5 ampere. Now equivalent resistance of the combination is R. Suppose we assume that. So the equivalent resistance 1 by R is equal to x times the 1 by 176. So here 176 ohm resistor are connected in a parallel. How many resistors? X resistance. Let the number of resistance is x. So we calculate the equivalent resistance like this: 1 by R is equal to 1 by 170 ohm, 1 by 176 ohm plus 1 by 176 ohm, 1 by 176 ohm plus up to x times. How many times? Up to x times. So the equivalent resistance is 1 by R is equal to x times 1 divided by 176 ohm. So the equivalent resistance we obtain, R is equal to 176 by x. So according to the Ohm's law, this equivalent resistance R 176 by x is equal to V divided by R. So from this, the number of resistor x is equal to 176 multiplied by I divided by V. Here the value of electric current is given to you 5 ampere and potential difference is 220 volt. So if we calculate this, we get the answer 4. So that's why the answer is 4 resistors of a 176 ohm are required to draw a current of a 5 ampere on a 220 volt. So 4 resistance चाहिए. कितने रजिस्टर चाहिए हमको? 4 रजिस्टर पैरेलल में कनेक्ट करेंगे तो ही 220 वोल्ट लाइन में हमें 5 एम्पियर का करंट मिलेगा. Now question number 11. So how you would connect 3 resistor, each of a resistance 6 ohm? Here given 3 resistor to you and of a resistance 6 ohm, so that the combination has a resistance of a 9 ohm and 4 ohm. So here dear student, 3 resistor of a resistance 6 ohm is given to you. How would you connect to obtain the equivalent resistance of a 9 ohm and a 4 ohm? So let us assume that when all the 3 resistors of a resistance 6 ohm is connected in a series, right? So if we connect the resistor in a series, then the equivalent resistance will be the sum of the each resistance. So we get the answer 6 ohm plus 6 ohm plus 6 ohm. It is a 18 ohm. So which is not a desire. The series connection of 3 resistor, we would not obtain a 9 ohm equivalent resistance. So which is not desired. Now if 3 resistors are connected in parallel, what happens? So if we connect resistors in a parallel, then the equivalent resistance will be 6 divided by 2 is equal to 3 ohm, which is also not desired because we require a 4 ohm resistor and a 9 ohm resistor. So we need to connect a resistor in different way, in a mixed combination like a series and parallel combination. Now we take a mix combination. In the series combination, we obtain a 18 ohm, which is not desired. In a parallel combination of 3 resistor, we obtain a 3 ohm, which is also not desired. So we require to connect a 3 resistor in a different way, in a mix combination, right? So first we take a 2 resistors in a parallel with the third resistor in a series. So हम कैसे कनेक्ट करेंगे? 6 ओम के 2 रजिस्टर है उसको हम पैरेलल में कनेक्ट करेंगे और एक रजिस्टर है उसको हम उसके साथ सीरीज में कनेक्ट करेंगे और फाइंड आउट करेंगे कि इक्विवेलेंट रेजिस्टेंस कितना आता है. So now when these two resistors 6 ohm resistor are connected in a parallel, right? So what is the equivalent resistor? How we calculate the equivalent resistors of the two resistor? We easily calculate by R is equal to R1 multiply by R2, R1 multiply by R2 divided by R1 plus R2. This is the formula when the two resistors are connected in a parallel, R1 plus R2. So when we put both the resistor R1 and R2 6 ohm, 6 multiplied by 6, we obtain a 6 multiplied by 6 divided by 6 plus 3, we obtain a 3 ohm. So the equivalent resistance of these two combination 6 ohm and 6 ohm is a 3 ohm, and in this combination 6 ohm is connected in a series, right? So the total resistance is a series of these 3 ohm, series combination with the 3 ohm, 6 ohm is there, right? So hence the equivalent resistance we obtain 6 plus 3 is equal to 9 ohm. So that is the correct answer. Answer of question first. To obtain a 9 ohm equivalent resistance, two resistors of the 6 ohm are connected in a parallel with a third resistor in a series. So similarly, how we obtain the 4 ohm resistor from the 6 ohm resistor, right? Here the two 6 ohm resistor are connected in a series with the parallel combination of a 6 ohm. So ऐसे हम कनेक्ट करेंगे तो 6 ओम के दो रजिस्टर है उसको सीरीज में कनेक्ट करेंगे और उसके साथ तीसरा जो 6 ओम का रजिस्टर है उसको हम पैरेलल में कनेक्ट करेंगे. तो आंसर क्या आता है वो देखते हैं. तो 6 ohm resistor are connected in a series, then the equivalent resistance will be the sum of each resistance. That means we get a answer 12 ohm. So ये दो रजिस्टर जो हमने सीरीज में कनेक्ट किए हैं उसका रेजिस्टेंस इक्विवेलेंट रजिस्टर क्या होगा 12 ओम होगा और उसके साथ 6 ओम का रजिस्टर क्या है पैरेलल में है. तो टोटल इक्विवेलेंट रजिस्टर क्या होगा R इज इक्वल टू R1 मल्टीप्लाई बाय R2, R1 multiply by R2 divided by R1 plus R2. अगर हम करेंगे तो क्या आंसर आएगा देखो. So here R1 we take a combination of these two, that means 12 ohm multiply by R2 is a 6 ohm. So we get a 12 multiplied by 6 ohm divided by 12 plus 6 ohm. So dear students, 12 multiplied by 6, what we get the answer? 72 divided by 18. So we get the answer 4 ohm. So 4 ohm equivalent resistance is obtained by the combination of two 6 ohm resistor are in a series with another 6 ohm resistor are in a parallel. So understand dear student. Now question number 12. Several electric bulbs designed to be used on a 220 volt electric supply lines are rated as a 10 watt. The power of the bulb is given to you 10 watt and it is designed to operate on a 220 volt supply voltage. How many lamps can be connected in a parallel with each other across the two wires of the 220 lines if the maximum allowable current is a 5 ampere? So current allowed in the circuit is a 5 ampere. So how many bulb we are connected in a parallel so that the maximum current cannot exceed? So how we calculate? Similarly, if we calculate the in the example number 10. So here the resistance R1 of the bulb is given by the expression power rating is given to you P1 is equal to V square by R1. So from this formula R1 is equal to V square by P1. So here we take voltage V is equal to 220 volt and maximum allowable current I is equal to 5 ampere. So rating of the bulb P1 is given to you 10 volt. So the resistance R1 we obtain, we taking a 220 volt and power P we taking a 10 volt. We get the resistance of the bulb is a 4840 ohm. If we calculate this, we get the resistance of the bulb 4840 ohm. Now, what is the total resistance of the circuit? According to the Ohm's law, V is equal to IR, where R is the total resistance of the circuit for a X number of the electric bulb. So the total resistance of the circuit R is equal to V divided by I. We get V given to you 220 ohm, 220 volt and I given to you 5 ampere. So we need to we need to connect the electric bulb such that the total resistance of the circuit is a 44 ohm, right? Now each resistance of the one bulb is given to you 4840 ohm and we require a total resistance of the 44 ohm. So now let X number of the bulbs are connected in a parallel. So the total resistance 1 by R is equal to 1 by R1 into X. X is the number of bulbs connected in a parallel, right? So we get X is equal to R1 divided by R. Approximately we get a 110. So we connect a 110 bulb are connected in a parallel so that the current cannot exceed a 5 ampere. So maximum of a 110 electric bulbs are connected, not more than 110 electric bulb. Now question number 13. A hot plate of an electric oven connected to 220 volt line has a two resistance coil A and coil B, each of a 24 ohm resistor. Here the two coils, coil A and coil B given to you has a resistance of a 24 ohm which may be used separately in a series or in a parallel. What are the currents in the three cases? When we use separately, when we use in a series or when we use in a parallel, what is the current passing through the circuit? Now here the supply voltage is given to you 220 volt, and the resistance of each coil, coil A as well as coil B, is given to you 24 ohm. So the resistance of one coil R is equal to 24 ohm. So now when the coil is used in separately, what will be the current passing through the circuit? So when the coil are used separately, according to the Ohm's law, V is equal to I into R. We get the current I is equal to V by R1. V given to you 220 volt. Resistance of the coil is at 24 ohm. So we get the equivalent current passing through the circuit is 9.166 ampere. So dear students, when we connected a coil separately, a current of a 9.16 ampere, 9.16 ampere of the current will flow through the coil when used as a separately. Now when the coils are connected in a series, right, when the both the coil A and coil B are connected in a series, the total resistance is a sum of the individual resistance. So the total resistance will be increased to the 48 volt. So total resistance R is equal to 24 plus 24, we get a 48 ohm. So according to the Ohm's law, V is equal to I into R. We calculate I is equal to V by R. V here we take 220 volt, but the resistance is increased to the 48 volt. So the current passing through the circuit coil is a 4.58 ampere. So dear students, when both the coils are connected in a series, 4.58 ampere current will be flow through the circuit, right? Now when the coils are connected in a parallel, the equivalent resistance is, the total resistance is 24 by 2. We get a 12 ohm. So when both the coils are connected in a parallel combination, the total resistance we can find with the help of formula 1 by R is equal to 1 by R1 plus 1 by R2, and we get the total resistance of a 12 ohm. And according to the Ohm's law, V is equal to I into R, I is equal to V by R, we get a 220 by 12, the current of the 18.33 ampere. So when both the coils are connected in a parallel, the current passing through the circuit is 18.33 ampere. So question number 14. Compare the power used in the 2 ohm resistor in each of the following case. When a 6 volt battery in series with the 1 ohm and 2 ohm resistor, and 4 volt battery in parallel with the 12 ohm and 2 ohm resistor. So here dear students, हमको क्या फाइंड करना है? What will be the power used by a 2 ohm resistor when a battery of 6 volt is connected with a series of 1 ohm and 2 ohm resistor, and a 4 volt battery is connected parallel with the 12 ohm and 2 ohm resistor. We need to find in each case the power delivered to the 2 ohm resistor. So case number 1, a potential difference, in both the case we use a 6 volt. In the first case we use a potential voltage V is equal to 6 ohm. So when the 1 ohm and 2 ohm resistors are connected in a series, the equivalent resistor of the circuit R is equal to sum of both the resistance 1 plus 2. We get a 3 ohm, right? So according to the Ohm's law, V is equal to IR. Current passing through the circuit I is equal to V by R. V given to you 6 volt and R with equivalent resistance we get a 3 ohm. We get the current of a 2 ampere. So when the 2 ampere current is passing through the 2 ohm resistor, the power delivered to the resistor P is equal to I square into R. I we obtain from the above formula 2 ampere, and the resistance is given to you 2 ohm. So we get a power consumed by the 2 ohm resistor is a 8 watt, right? In the second case, the potential difference is given to you V is equal to 4 volt. Now when 12 ohm and 2 ohm resistors are connected in a parallel, the voltage across each component of parallel circuit remains the same. So the power delivered to the each resistor is same. So the voltage across 2 ohm resistor will be a 4 volt, and the power consumed by the 2 ohm resistor is given by P is equal to V square by R. We get V given to you 4 volt and R given to you 2 ohm resistor. So 4 square by 2, we get the 8 ohm. So in both the case, the power consumed by the 2 ohm resistor is a 8 volt. Now question number 15. Two lamps, one rated 100 watt at 220 volt and other 60 watt 220 volt, are connected in parallel to the electrical main supply. What current is drawn from the line if the supply voltage is 220 volt? दो बल्ब है, दो लैंप है, एक का रेटिंग है 100 वाट, दूसरे का रेटिंग है 60 वाट. दोनों बल्ब लैंप को हमने पैरेलल में कनेक्ट किया है मेन सप्लाई के साथ. सो व्हाट विल बी द करंट पासिंग थ्रू द सर्किट? सो नाउ both the bulbs are connected in a parallel, so the potential difference across each bulb is 220 volt. There is no division of the voltage occurs in a parallel circuit. So according to the formula, power is equal to voltage multiplied by current. P is equal to V into I. So current is equal to power divided by voltage. So first bulb का पावर दिया है हमको 100 watt. So the 100 divided by voltage is 220 volt. So we get the current 100 divided by 220 ampere. Similarly, for the bulb 2, current is equal to power divided by voltage 60 divided by 220 ampere. So the total current passing through the circuit is the sum of the individual current in the parallel connection. So the individual current 100 divided by 220 plus 60 divided by 220, we get the answer 0.727. Instead of this, if we find here answer 100 divided by 220, we get the answer first current, and 60 divided by 220, we get the answer of the second current, and the total current is the sum of both the current. So now question number 16. Which uses more energy, 250 watt TV set in a 1 hour or 1200 watt toaster in a 10 minute? So here dear student, two home appliance is given to you. One is a TV set which has a power rating 250 watt, which is used for a 1 hour, and another is a toaster. The power rating of the toaster is a 1200 watt, which used for a 10 minutes, right? So dear students, we know that the energy consumed by the electric appliance is given by the expression H is equal to V into I into T, but V into I is a power. So the energy consumed by the electric appliance H is equal to P into T. So first for the TV set, for a 1 hour, we take for a TV set, or P is equal to 250 watt and time T is equal to 1 hour, that is in the second, 250 watt P and time 1 hour is equal to 3600 second, right? So if we multiply these two, we get the energy consumed by the TV set, 9 into 10 raised to 5 joule, right? Similarly, the energy consumed by the toaster, which has a power P is equal to 1200 watt and T is equal to 10 minute, that is a 10 multiplied by 60, 600 second. So 1200 multiplied by 600, we get the 7.2 into 10 raised to 5 joule. So among this 9 into 10 raised to 5 joule, TV set consumes the more energy compared to the toaster, right? Now dear students, question number 17. An electric heater of a resistance 8 ohm. The resistance of the heater is given to you, R is equal to 8 ohm. Drawn a 15 ampere from a service main 2 hours. The current passing through the electric heater I is equal to 15 ampere. For a 2 hour, time t is given to you 2 hour. We need to convert this 2 hour into the second. Calculate the rate at which the heat is developed in a heater. We need to find the rate of energy developed, that means the power. So rate of heat produced by a device is called the power, and power is given by the formula P is equal to I square into R, where we take R is equal to 8 ohm and I is equal to 15 ampere. So if we calculate, P is equal to I 15 ampere, 15 square multiplied by R 8 ohm, we get the 1800 joule per second. So 1800 joule heat will be produced by a heater. Now dear student, we discuss the last question of the exercise, question number 18. Explain the following. First one, why is the tungsten used almost exclusively for the filament of the electric bulb? So answer of this question is the melting point and the resistivity of the tungsten are very high. The melting point of the tungsten is about a 3000 degree Celsius. So melting point of the tungsten is very high, and the resistivity of the tungsten that oppose the flow of the electric current is also very high. So it do not burn readily at the high temperature. The electric lamp glows at a very high temperature, so it do not burns at a very high temperature, and therefore the tungsten is mainly used as a heating element in the electric bulb. Now question number 2. Why are the conductors of electric heating device such as bread toaster and the electric iron are made up of alloys rather than a pure metals? So why the conductor of the electric heating element are made up of the alloys, not for the metals? So dear students, the conductors of the electric heating device such as the bread, toaster and electric irons are made up of the alloys because the resistivity of the alloys is more compared to the metals, so it produces the large amount of the heat, right? Question number C. Why is the series arrangement not used for the domestic circuit? In the domestic circuit, in the home appliance, we use the parallel circuit. Why the series arrangement do not use? So here in the series connection of the appliance, there is a voltage division in the series circuit. So voltage is divided in each of the component. So each component of the series circuit receive a small voltage for a large supply of the voltage. As a result, the amount of the current decreases and the device becomes a hot. So for the series arrangement is not used for the domestic circuit. Question number D. How does the resistance of the wire varies with the area of cross section? So dear students, you know the formula. Resistance R is proportional to the L divided by A. So resistance of the wire is inversely proportional to the cross section area. That means if the cross section area is increases, the resistance of the wire is decreases. Now last question E. Why are the copper and aluminum wire usually employed for the electricity transmission? Why the copper wire we use for the electricity transmission? So the copper and aluminum wire has a low resistivity. They are a good conductor of electricity. So we use the copper or aluminum wire for the electricity. So dear students, I hope that you understand all the question answer given in the exercise.